In this video, I'm going to give you a virtual tour of Pickering, and I'm going to utilize Google Maps to do it. It will help show some of the areas, places, things, and we're getting into it right after this. Hey, what's going on? My name is Brad Goetz with Right at Home Realty, and I'm a local realtor here in the Greater Toronto area. If this is your first time to the channel or watching any of my videos, please subscribe and hit that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post new videos, which is going to be what it's like to eat, sleep, play, live, everything right here in the Greater Toronto area. This video is going to be focusing on Pickering, and it's going to be using Google Maps, and it's just going to help you understand, if you're not familiar with Pickering at all, some of the things that are here that are definitely worth mentioning. I do have people reaching out from all over the world, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking at relocating here or moving away from here, you can call, text, email, send the carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to make your move and relocation go so much easier. If you've already subscribed to the channel, make sure you didn't try and subscribe again, because it will unsubscribe you. So for this video, we're going to have to shrink me a little bit, and let's get started. So you can see here that, so this area right here in between Scarborough and Ajax, this is Pickering. So you can see the landmass size of it is very large. It is like right in between Ajax and Toronto, and then it goes up and it even covers the area above Ajax. It's probably it is the closest Durham city that you can get to without being in Toronto. So a lot of people in and around this area right here on the border, you can see a lot of $2 and $3 million custom homes that have been built, and it's people who, they wanted to have a nice home, but not necessarily right in Toronto, maybe a little bit on the outskirts. I don't know if the double land transfer tax had anything to do with it or not, but it is something that I've noticed. Pickering as a whole does have a lot of, newer custom type homes that have been built on larger lots. So it is something that you do notice a lot of when you're driving through the streets, especially the older subdivision, because those homes have the 60 and 80 foot wide lots, which you can build a monster of a house on there. So we'll just go to the satellite view so you can kind of see. One of the big pluses you can kind of see just by looking at this is Pickering, only really the southern region of it has a lot of homes on it. All these other areas, that's all green, like green space, and it's just not a lot of development there at all. You look at places like Toronto, and this is very highly concentrated, lots of houses and buildings, and not a ton of green space unless you're going around the Toronto Zoo, which has a ton of it. So we'll just go back to the map here, and let's focus a little bit more in on Pickering. Actually, you know what, before we do that, let me show you this. So this is it's part of the Toronto Real Estate Board's website that I have access to, and it shows the different areas within Pickering. So that here will just help explain it a little bit better, I guess, so that you know which neighborhood is which, especially when you're doing your research. This is kind of an easy way to see all the different areas. The heart of Pickering is really here at the Pickering Town Center. It's obviously town center, so that's where all of the the Pickering Town Center Mall is here. A lot of the municipal buildings are there. It's filled with office buildings and condos, apartments, townhomes. It's it's just a highly dense type area. And I guess the really good part about it is, with Pickering Town Center being right here, there's actually a bridge that you can take, and it takes you to the Pickering GO station. So if you are taking the GO, you can pretty much sit around here and then just walk over the bridge, walk through the bridge, which goes over the 401, and it's really neat in that sense. So we can go back to the map. Okay. So yeah, we're back at the map here. So as I was saying earlier, so the GO station within Pickering sits I don't know why my mouse is scrolling so slow right now. That's going to take a while. Maybe I click it. There we go. So Pickering Town Center is in and around this area, and then the bridge to go to the GO station is, let's see if we can see it on satellite view. Oh, here it is. Pickering Town Center is here, and then that's the bridge that goes over the 401 right into the Pickering GO station, so you can hop the GO train and get to Union, and if you catch the express bus, it's pretty quick of a commute. If you were living in Toronto and commuting to Toronto and you're going to be taking a vehicle, it's definitely quicker to take the GO station. And some other developments is right at Bailey and Liverpool. This is kind of like a development I remember from back in my security days. I would try and get the security contracts at different buildings in and around the Greater Toronto area. And so I remember coming to San Francisco on the Bay, which was kind of one of the newer developments in Pickering at the time. This is going back a number of years, but it was still really neat to kind of see it. When I was going there, it was only the one tower, and then they introduced the second, and now you look at it and it has the 3 towers, plus all of the townhomes. The condos here, they're ranging on the MLS right now from about $589,000. And then if you're going to go to a penthouse which overlooks Frenchman's Bay, you're looking at in and around 1.5 million. So it's quite the price tag on it. But the unit that I'm referring to here that I saw, it was phenomenally done, and it was fairly large. It was around 2,000 square feet. If you are looking at some of these townhomes, you know, right now they're sitting at the high 800,000s, and they're very modern and fairly new. And it's definitely a good option if you're looking for something in that, you know, condo type atmosphere, but you do want a townhouse. They do have that options for you. Some other areas is the Durham Live. This is going to be so annoying how slow it takes to scroll out. Let's go back to the map. Okay, there we go. Where's Church? Church and Bailey. Okay, it's right here. Oh man, this is going to take a while to figure this out with the mouse going so slow. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be right here. So this is Durham Live. It's in construction now. On some of my earlier videos, I did some video where I was driving, and I was actually heading down Church Street to try and, you know, get the best video I could, but the way the sun was, it was super difficult to do it. And I ended up driving slow, and then my wife was you know, sticking the phone and the camera out the window to try and catch the shots of it. And so that was a little interesting of an experience. But this is all going to be developed, and it's going to have a ton of stuff that's going on there. I think it's, I mentioned it in my first video that I did about Pickering, which covers the more in detail about the Durham Live facility and what it's going to have. World-class hotel, and then it's going to have a world-class casino, indoor water park, shopping. They're going to have pretty much everything that you can go here and just have a ton of fun. So it's definitely going to be good for Pickering. And I guess like the top thing that is going to, in my opinion, make it really good for Pickering is the fact that it's bringing in directly and indirectly combined about 10,000 jobs. So that's incredible. And then if we scroll out here, we'll focus a little bit more on the green space that you'll see. And another little, I guess it's a village or town, is Claremont. It's right here. It's this little village that, I don't even know if it's a village, but it's like a little neighborhood or section of Pickering on the northern side that, you know, it's this little place that not a lot of people would know about, but if you take Brock Road and you just go all the way up to right here, you'll see it's Claremont, and they have like this own little village here, and one thing around here as well, while we're up here, is the potential airport that's coming to Pickering. It's going to be in and around, it's like from Highway 7, which if you are coming from like Oshawa and such is called Winchester. So it's going to be from just north of Winchester, and it's going to go up quite a bit to cover a lot of this area. And initially, the Canadian government in 1972, they expropriated, and I'm probably saying that word wrong, it's a hard one for me, about 19,800 acres of land that they had kind of put aside for this airport that they had talked about putting into Pickering. And then in about 2003, the government, they gave about 5,000 acres. So in 2013, they gave about 5,000 acres to Parks Canada. And then again in 2015, they gave about 5,200 acres to Parks Canada. So right now, all that's left is about 9,600 acres, which is still a ton of acreage to have in Pickering that they do have put aside for this Pickering airport. But again, it's one of those things nobody really knows if it's going to happen. And that's just my little fun fact about that. And then we can scroll out. We'll go into focus on, because everyone always hears about the Pickering power plant. So this is the Pickering power plant. We'll go to satellite view. And yeah, so it's a monster. And the one thing I don't necessarily like about the location of kind of what they've done here is, where is it? It's right here. So you have like a lot of like beach type area that is right by the Pickering power plant. So if you're going to the beach, you are seeing the Pickering power plant, this nuclear power plant that's there. And it's just, you know, if you're gonna put a beach somewhere in Pickering, maybe having it away from a power plant would be good, because this is a really cool little area that I really like. And especially coming to this point right here. So this is actually where the beach is. And you can walk all along here. It connects to the waterfront trail. This place is packed. It gets really, really busy here. And what I like about it is, first of all, you have the views of the marina, so you can check out the boats. You see tons of people fishing there as well. And then if you go in here, it's got this little village. It's the Nautical Village for a reason. And it's just such a cool little place to go. And you can see on the lower levels, they have all the different unique shops, bars, coffee shops, different little unique stores. And then up top is all apartments and condos that, you know, people are living in. So it's that little, you know, you want to live close to the water with stuff to do, then this is that kind of alternative. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it reminds me of Blue Mountain. Just a little bit, where it's its own little village within Pickering that, you know, the build style is different than normal, and it's definitely somewhere to check out. And then my last point, I guess I will cover on Pickering. Oh, where is it taking me? There we go. Is you are close to the Toronto Zoo. And where is it? Oh, it's right here. Like, so if you're going to be going from Pickering, you can get there in about 12 to 14 minutes. Like, that is really cool, because, you know, if you want to go see animals that you don't normally see in Canada, you can come here. And during COVID-19, they had the drive-through tours, and we did it twice, and it was kind of cool. Both times we missed the giraffes, but it was something that we went there looking for. But my kids, they enjoyed watching looking at the zebras, and luckily we did see a tiger. We never saw any lions or anything like that, but it was definitely something that I would recommend people, you know, if you have the opportunity to do it again. It was definitely a very good experience. And then 407 connects right through Pickering. So if you are commuting to Markham, you know, downtown Toronto, and you don't want to have to battle the 401, you can take the 407. And back in the day when I was working full-time out by Sherway Gardens, I would be taking the 407, and that was only when it was actually, and I was living in Oshawa at the time, and it ended at Brock Road. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so it ended right here, and then I'd have to take Winchester all the way through Oshawa. And then once I stopped doing my full-time security job by Sherway Gardens, they extended it all the way to Oshawa, but I did know it was being extended, but I just, you know, I didn't stick around in the security gig long enough to try it. Well, that's covers this, so let's make me big again. Well, that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you know, maybe give it a like so I know people are enjoying the content that I'm putting out there. And then you can also share with your friends, family, whoever else you know that might be looking to relocate or move here. If you forgot at the beginning, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post a new video about living in the Greater Toronto Area. I have people reaching out from all over the world, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking at relocating here or moving away from here, you can call, text, email, send the carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you. And I'm here to make your move and relocation go so much easier. If you want to learn more about different areas within the Greater Toronto Area, be sure to check out my channel and some of my other videos. And until next time.